Doctor says to a patient, I got good news and bad news, son. Which one do you want? Patient says, give me the good news, doc. Doc says, your results said you have 24 hours to live. Patient says, you got worse news? What could be worse than that? Doctor says, I couldn't get a hold of you yesterday. And that's how we're going to kick that one off. All right. Welcome back. This is Lostboys Cypher Circle. If you didn't know, if you haven't been watching for the last 24, 26 or 25, 26 episodes, this is home of all things artistic and all those who feel lost in the world. It's a safe place to come and get your thoughts and feelings heard and connect with other artists and like-minded individuals. If you want to come on the show, you can hit me up on Facebook at Dylan Lawler or on Gmail at lostboy420x@gmail.com. That's lostboy420x@gmail.com. And make sure y'all go subscribe and follow on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Samsung, and anywhere else you find your podcast nowadays. We are officially everywhere. So please go like, subscribe, leave a comment. It all helps, man, and we appreciate your support. We are also accepting donations. I know cash is tight right now, but anything from 10 cents to $10 will help. We are accepting donations on Cash App at LostBoy420X, Venmo at LostBoy420X, or PayPal at LostBoy420X. So if you'd like to support the channel that way, go ahead and do that. And tonight we are also accepting live comments, live questions, live feedback. So go ahead, hit the comment section. Go ahead right now and hit the comment section and with your questions, and we'll get to them throughout the show. We might have a surprise guest tonight. It might just be me and one other guest. We'll see how it goes. We're going to kind of try to do a mellow show tonight and just play it by ear and see how things go. So, as always, man, before we get started, I like to give everybody a few mental health resources to reach out to in case they're seeking some other help other than the people in their lives. I do always say, though, there are, whether you think there are or not, there's always someone you can reach out to in your life. Like there's a coworker, there's a friend, there's like you can message me. But if you are looking for some outside resources, we have you can text 988, they're a lifeline crisis hotline. You can also go to their website and they have trained professionals on hand to help give you some guidance. And we also have BetterHelp, and they will hook you up with an online therapist and switch it out for you if you don't like it. They'll do text, call, video chat, whatever you're comfortable with. And they're one of the most comfortable, cheap options that people find nowadays. So hope you all find some help there. And like I said, man, just keep your head up. And as I always say, you know, this show is to connect and express yourself and to be open-minded. And sometimes we talk about some triggering topics. So as I always say, you know, I want to give a quick trigger warning if anyone needs to cut out. We absolutely understand for any reason. No one will hold it against you. But with that being said, I'm hoping we can get into it and have a good show tonight. So without further ado, our guest tonight, our only guest, barring any interruptions from possible surprise guests, is Mr. Cade C. So y'all know him, but let me play his flyer and get him up here. And make sure y'all go follow him on TikTok at CadeC790.
I gather up all my problems and I put them in a bucket, but why? So I can dump them and solve them like they have a solution, but my demons are dispositioned, so to me there is no competition. I'm in this for my own operations. If you ain't feeling so hot, then alright. My mind's already missing from its spot, unscrewed from its knot. No, I am not feeling so hot. These feelings are not simply dropped, they escalate, bring masquerades, and I'm the fox in the hole in between this mess this elevator is brought. So no, I am not okay.
Man, how you doing? You look a lot healthier and in a better state of mind than in that fucking thing, I gotta say, that trailer.
I was tired as fuck.
I feel you, bro. But honestly, bro, it fit that piece. It fit that piece. You were just like, dude, I am not okay. Like, fuck the world. I am not okay. Fuck this shit.
That's all part of the song anyways.
Yo, so one of the first things I want to say, bro, first of all, you being our only guest today, it's going to be a lot focused on you. So and you've also been booked for this entire month and you've come on so many times before. Like, so I just want to say you are one of our best and most persistent and consistent artists that we have. And like, I just love, first of all, I want to say I appreciate you being on here and I appreciate you being so consistent with it and so persistent with it. Say that 5 times fast. Um,
No.
and second thing, so I guess the second thing I kind of want to say is like I want to ask you like what gives you the motivation to be that persistent, consistent? Like what pushes you to keep coming on time after time, keep writing so many things? You write way more than I do, and you got so much buried in that vault.
Oh, dude. Well, honestly, I just maybe I like looking at myself. No, I'm just fucking around. No, honestly, it's
That's why
because
I do it.
that's. But no, it's because I mean nobody has offered me an opportunity to come onto a live show and just spit. You know what I mean? So I like the fact that I have that opportunity. It doesn't matter. You just came to me like, "Hey, bro, do you want to do this?" I'm like, "Why not?" Excuse me.
Yeah.
So, and since then, I've been on here a lot. I've heard a lot of the artists that come on here. Okay, and I like the whole setup you have going on. I like how you bring people on here who probably have never spoken live before, and it's like a new level of confidence for people. And I like to see them bring that out. I like to see them try something different, try something new. I'm not on here to be able to share my pieces. I just like being able to be here with the other people that are live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the things that like that's why I honestly why I keep doing it week after week and what pushes me to keep doing it is the other people and seeing them. And but like I'm the host of the show. It may not seem like it, but I'm very introverted. I'm not good at talking to people. I'm not like and and you can I mean, I'm sure if you watch the show you can tell like I'm not, made to be like Howie Mandel or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not a host. But
Yeah.
nobody could ever be Howie Mandel. Let's get that very straight. Howie is a different breed. But yeah,
Something else.
like I'm not one of those guys. But it keeps pushing me to keep doing this because of the other people. But like, do you? I mean, you find yourself still getting nervous even after so many times coming on the show and performing? Like, do you find yourself like, oh, I don't know if I can be on camera and like do this? Because I do, even hosting.
Oh, every single time I get on here, okay, I have to really I do a lot of practicing and I do a lot of hyping up before I come onto this show because a lot of the pieces that I write are very personal to me. Like I'm telling stories of my life and sharing it with everybody else. So the feedback that I can get live makes me nervous. But at the same time, if you got something to say, I appreciate the criticism. I appreciate anything that comes my way because it tells me what I need to do better as a artist myself. So any type of nervousness that I have gets washed away the moment I start speaking and realizing this is me. And if you don't like me, well, that's fine. Somebody else will.
Right. I mean, and that's kind of the whole thing of the show is showing how we can all be ourselves, and we are all very, very different, and we have very different artistic styles. Very, very different personalities, but showing that we can all be ourselves and express ourselves in our own way, and then still end up connecting and still end up being, and you know what I mean? Anyone who doesn't, follow that line of reasoning or that line of thought, like we don't really have in the circle, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a place for people you don't have to vibe with every song. You don't have to appreciate every piece of art, or it might not be your style, your thing, whatever. That's cool. But it's about more than that. It's about, getting to know the people and the feelings and the expressions and whatnot behind the art. And I love that you like appreciate that and you understand that about the show and what it's all about. That's great. And like I said, man, you are one of our like staple artists. You are one of our staple artists. Every time, man, you come on here.
Well, give me one second.
Yeah, you're good, man. You're good. Yeah, I just the ability to have so many different talented artists. And you're good, man. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm just keeping talking on the air. The ability to have so many talented artists is not only mind blowing, but it's like motivational. It gives me that, like, even if I'm not feeling like writing, or I'm not feeling like getting up on the mic, or I'm not feeling like even showing my face, like you were saying, like it pushes me to be better and be something that I want to show to people, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, real man. Do you got something going on? Do you want me to like do a piece real quick while you figure shit out, or?
My old lady thought she was about to have a stroke.
Oh
So,
no.
I mean, I think she'd be all right. But if you want to,
We've got some medical difficulties, y'all. Hopefully everything's all right.
no, yeah, we're cool. We're cool. We're all
You
right.
good? She good?
Yeah, we're all right. I was just checking her out to make sure she was okay.
Yeah. Make sure she sits down, breathes, drink some water. Keep an eye on her too. Like nothing's more important than someone's health. Don't you know what I mean?
I get
Sure.
you. We're cool. We're all right.
Word, dude. So you got a couple pieces you wanted to share with us tonight.
I got pieces. This one I'm doing. It's like, I don't know if you heard me before. This shit's on hard mode.
Yeah, you were telling me a little bit about it, and I'm very, very, very excited to hear it. I'm expecting to be a little surprised, and a little shocked, because from what I know about it, it's not your normal kind of style. So,
No.
but without saying any more, I don't want to spoil too much of it. What's it called?
It's called The Beach. I gotta pull it up real quick.
All right, man. I will pop it up on the screen and get myself out of here.
Hold on, give me 1 minute. It's pulling up and get started. Tip of the top and tip of the teeth. How much longer does it have to be? My eyes are heavy. I can't sleep. This insomnia takes over me in times of need to help me think, yet I can't see the thoughts inside of me. They're broken like they're meant to be. I keep them stored away from me, yet I don't want them, yet they stay, you see, so it makes my mind unclean. I disorganize this shore of mine because the water brings a tide full of trash, and I put it out for all to grab because it's all I have, it's all I'll give. The little pieces washed up just for me, I'll lend them out and hope to see someone lend a hand out and helps me breathe. The air gets short when I can't sort what washes up in front of me, so my beach remains unclean. I'm breaching my mentality. The little thought that metaphorically this trash is abnormalities that haunt me when I can't sleep and no one helps. So this shore of mine remains of memories I can't forget, and some I can't forgive, but I still live like hopes and dreams will never give. Like broken promises are infinite, like lies, there's always some in every story, and like every lore's told differently. My story's long and I tell it poorly, so excuse me when I tell it the details lack, and I suppose I'd expose my story if those who want it feel I should sell it, then buy it. And I'll propose a toast to the crows that guided me the wrong way on a broken road that led me to this beach and kept every memory within reach. Kept every temporary thought that buried me knee deep and trapped me where memories seek creation at the cost of my own mental separation. See, this mental space is just rented. My thoughts fermented, drunk from the thinking, reeking chunks of memory dreary. Impending intentions lost when inventing. Hoist myself up for the leaving. Suicide isn't the meaning. Free my soul from the tensions. Lesions cracked open the skull. I'm sick of the whipping, sick of the hits. I'm fighting back without weapons, but this pen looks like a harpoon. I'll throw it in hopes these words are inviting. Lighting my earth, I'm coming up from the dirt. And when life's full of hurt, you'll see me walking this beach bleeding from the ears till someone helps me find my direction. So How much longer does it have to be? My eyes are heavy, but I can't sleep. This insomnia takes over me, and times I need to breathe to help me see the thoughts inside of me and break them when they need to be. Because when I can see these thoughts inside of me, I hide a way to make them clean. When I store them close to me, I get to see my mistakes up close when they don't need to be. When I organize this store of mine, then everybody thinks I'm fine, because the water causes riptides full of trash, and when I don't share, then that's when someone seems to care. So all them happy thoughts I give out and hope someone lends a hand out to help suffocate me when I drown in doubt. Hopefully they don't choke on what gets washed up just from me. See, the air gets short when I can't sort what washes up in front of me, so my beach remains unclean. Breaching my mentality, the littered thought that metaphorically this trash is abnormalities that haunt me when I can't sleep and no one helps. So this shore of mine remains of memories I can't forget and some I can't forgive. So I still live like hopes and dreams will never give. Like broken promises are infinite. Like lies, there's always some in every story. Like every lore is told differently. My story's long and I tell it poorly. So excuse me when I tell it the details lack. And I suppose I'd expose my story if those who want it feel I should sell it. Then buy it. And I'll propose a toast to the crows that guided me the wrong way on a broken road that led me to this beach and kept every memory within reach.
Dude, holy shit. That was fucking crazy. Like, I was so sucked into the imagery in that. I had this like image of you, like you've seen like Spider-Man 3 where Sandman is like trapped in the fucking thing and his face and his hands just come up. That's what I was picturing, like you rising up through the dirt, and then like I just like literally just, but I was picturing it as like a mindscape. You know what I mean? Like it was all happening inside of your mind, but it was like this fucking. Oh my god, your imagery is so fucking clear, and bro, that cadence. We gotta talk about that cadence. Like, where did that come from? Because that is not your like. First of all, the flow, the rhyme scheme, it was so fucking perfect. It hit for me. It hit every and it's not like you had a beat going behind it, but it hit every beat of the story. You know, like a story beat, and it hit every like emotional aspect as well. Like, but where did that cadence come from? Where did you decide like, okay, I'm just gonna slow it down and kind of more or less talk to the people? You know, there was a lot more eternal rhymes than like in your face rhymes because it was very poetic, where you were spoken word poetry, where you were kind of speaking and painting this imageries and whatnot.
Well, see, usually I don't. Whenever I'm going fast, it's usually because I'm talking shit. Okay, but in terms of when it comes to things that happen to me personally, like this one, I named it the beach because whenever I'm just sitting at night alone with my thoughts and I can't sleep, okay, then it's like I'm walking on a beach, all right, and I'm picking up the trash in my mind. But the trash is the memories that have made me who I am, right? So I'm not wanting to speak it in a way that is like upbeat and like I'm trying to be like this is me as a no. It's basically I'm always talking to myself, right?
You know what it
So
kind of reminded? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, you're cool. So it's like I don't know. I have a lot of different things. Like one of my songs I have is called The Vault. All right, like actually, ironic as that sounds, um, and my whole brain space is just a box that I have locked, and I see it. It's crazy. I don't know. And the beach is just something that I do at night. I like to meditate. The beach is like my meditation zone.
It kind of reminds me, and now there might be some religious people on here who are gonna get mad because I'm gonna not quote the story verbatim and I'm gonna mess things up. But there is a story in the Bible that I really like, and my grandmother actually used to have it hanging on her wall, and I believe it's called Footsteps. And it basically goes that a man was walking at night, and he was seeing his life laid out before him, as if he was walking on a beach, and he sees only one set of footprints, and talks to God, and he says, you know, God, or sorry, he says, during his hardest times, he only sees one set of footprints. Right, during the rest, he sees two footprints because God is walking beside him on the beach. So he says to God, "Why during the hardest times in my life, do I only see one set of footprints? Why do you abandon me and let me walk by myself?" And God says, "During those hardest times in your life, you see one set of footprints because I am carrying you." And I am not religious. That was always like that story always like really fucking touched me because you don't have to be religious for that story to have meaning to you. It could be a friend or a family member or whoever. Like during the hardest times in our life, we see one set of footprints because we need someone to lean on and someone to carry us, whether that's a higher power or that's a friend or whatever. And that just like that always stuck with me, and it kind of reminds me of what you were saying about the mindscape of the beach in your mind and how it's like your life laid out before you. But yeah, that was I really like that, man. Really
You know
like
what's
that.
actually crazy about that? What's actually crazy about that is my grandma had that same thing, and that's kind of what inspired it in the first place. Okay,
Oh
like that's
man.
kind of crazy you just said that because that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's one of my favorites, man. I like I said, I'm not religious. I don't know a lot of stories from the Bible, but that's my whole family is very Christian, very religious, and that was one of the ones that always stuck with me very, very hard. Um, and so I hope if any of my older relatives are listening, my grandfathers, my aunts, whatever, I hope they appreciate that because that they did have an impact on me.
I'm not
Um,
much into Christianity thing. I like spirituality, but you know, it has a lot of good advice.
yeah, I mean, that's the thing about all religions, dude, is they're all made up of they all began with basically good people trying to teach basically good things through
Yep.
what they believe is a higher power, whatever it is, and they have like one thing that always stays the same: the golden rule: treat others the way you want to be treated. What you
Expect
do
what you
unto others
reflect.
will come back to you threefold. There's a million ways to say it, but it's literally the same in every religion. It's like, don't be a fucking dickhead, and people won't be a dickhead to you. Don't be a dickhead and then expect people to be nice to you because you get what
Exactly.
you get what you give.
My
Yeah,
mom,
and like
my mom, my mom always told me, yeah, expect what you reflect. Expect what you reflect. Like if you're gonna come at me some way, I'm gonna come at you the same. So like you disrespect me, I'm gonna spit on your grave. I swear to God.
yeah, my
So,
mom is actually the only one in my family who's not Christian. She was actually Wiccan, and the way she described it to me, like I mean, obviously she was into crystals and energy and all, and a lot of the witchcraft stuff. But she also, the way she described it to me is, I chose Wicca because it's apparently their one rule is that you're free to practice in whatever way you see fit, as long as it does not harm someone else. And so yeah, there are a lot of like great lessons she ingrained in me early on, and she told me that do unto others as you want to be done, and treat others with respect if you want to be treated with respect. But she also taught me that there are those in this life that matter, and there are those that don't. And the great thing is you get to choose who the fuck those people are. You get to choose who opinions matter to you and whose don't. And the people that don't matter, they can't fucking hurt you. They can't
exactly.
hurt you if they don't matter.
They
And
don't.
you know what I mean? So and it's not that you need to be rude or disrespectful to those people. It's just that they're not, they don't matter. They're not part of your circle. They're not their opinions don't have effect on you. But yeah, like even though I'm not religious, a lot of the great religious like sayings and proverbs have been ingrained in my head and had a big effect on me. Um, so that being said, man, I tonight is kind of a off show, as y'all can see. have just this one artist tonight, and so I went into the vault and shout out to my mom. She would definitely encourage me to step out of my comfort zone and share some of the stuff because she read almost everything that's in my vault at one point or another. And she, I mean, just obviously because she's my mom, she loved it all. But I do honestly believe she was a very truthful person, and she wouldn't just like, she doesn't just like placate you and tell you what you want to hear. She's gonna give it to you fucking straight. So, and she did tell me that a lot of the stuff even the stuff that I bury was good. So, shout out to my mom, and I'm gonna pull one out of the vault. And this is one that I wrote. God, I don't even fucking know, man. I'm gonna drop my homeboy Caleb out of here real quick. I don't even know when I wrote this. I think I was 15, 16. I was in foster care at the time. This is a different style for me, so I hope you all like it. This is when I was doing a lot of just stream of consciousness writing. It's called The Sound of Silence. Hold on. The Sound of Silence. The sound of silence is a beautiful thing. I love music and laughter as much as the next guy, but sometimes the blissful sound of the vast and unknown can be as intoxicating as a drug in its overwhelming simplicity and purity. As I sit in the silence, sightless, soundless darkness, I feel nothing but my own heartbeat, nothing but the fact of my own mortality pumping through me like the sound of the music of a great drum. Constantly there, as if to remind me, all the sight and sound of this existence are but blinks of an eye in the great cosmos of space and time. As if to remind me that the sound of silence is the be all and end all of everything. It is how we begin and how we end. Everything else is but an illusion to behold in its beauty and glory, but not to be held on to, because nothing gold can stay. They say music can change the emotions and thoughts of mankind. If so, what can absolute silence do? It's a powerful thing, silence. It's as rare as gold and as breakable as glass, but somehow it's always there in the air around us for those who are here to listen, or for those who know how to listen for it. Can you hear the nothingness? It beckons, and I answer it with bleeding ears. And that is The Sound of Silence. What'd you think, man?
Bro,
It's different, right?
dude, but that's nice. That's nice, dude. That was nice. I like that a lot, all right, because that is facts. There is so much silence that it is actually deafening if you were to just listen, right? Like, that was a good piece. I like that a lot, Dylan. That was nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was writing a lot of stream of consciousness writing, and like it was just sort of, I don't know. It was a long time ago, so it's kind of hard to remember. But I remember I was sitting on like my bed in one of the foster homes I had, and I don't remember if it was when I had my room by myself or if I had a roommate at the time, but there was no one in there. And the lights were literally just like, I know what it was. I had this lamp that was like, the light bulb was all fucked up, so the whole room was just like really fucking, it was just enough for me to like read a book or like write on my notepad or whatever. But I remember, and I was just sitting there, and it was, you're not allowed to have electronics. You're not allowed. Like, I write best when I'm typing on my phone, or I can speech to text, or I can use a computer. But like, it was just notepad. And good old fashioned, like, grindstone, fucking pen to paper. And I remember I filled up fucking 2 notebooks. I have this old leather one that's all water damaged and like wrinkly, and it looks kind of awesome that way. But I filled the whole thing up, and then I started a new one. But I remember, man, this one I was just sitting there in the silence, and I was just listening to my heart, and I was just like, literally every single one of these is a fucking miracle. Every single and like, and then I was just sitting here like, and I was also doing I have intrusive thoughts sometimes, and I was thinking kind of like, what would happen if like I was laying here and my heart stopped and I died? Like, how long would it take someone to come in the room and find me, and like, what would be the reaction? And like, I was thinking about like, I'm in such, I feel like I'm sitting in such silence right now that the only thing that exists is my heartbeat. Like, if that stops, like, I cease to exist. And like, it was just like, I don't know, it was just like I had like this split second morality complex of just
Yeah.
like, what if I just fall back into the darkness and fall back into the silence right now? Like, babies come out crying. Before that, they're completely fucking silent. What if I just fall back into the silence? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was a very weird.
Silence is a lot to say. Just listen. You'll understand submission, like its coils reptilian, scales of concealment. Why reveal its resentment if you already get trapped in its veil of sound?
Homie, let's go. Where did that come from?
Bro, that's from one of my songs called Hopeless. I had that whole thing memorized, dude. Like,
Oh
cause
fuck
I
yeah, dude.
was in the same boat when I wrote that song. I just sitting in silence, man. Like, just like, what if my heartbeat just stopped, man? Like, then I'd cease. I would cease.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Just like
it's like,
silent, like the sounds they make.
yeah, it's definitely it was definitely like a different direction for me. But like, and at that time, I was writing just a lot of different kinds of things. And so I'll admit something is like lately I've been stuck in this weird like uh kind of writer's block type of thing where it's not that I can't write anything, but I just feel like I keep writing the same thing, and I need like, that's why I'm kind of going back to some of my older pieces and trying to like think about how I wrote things and how I was able to switch up and vary my style, because I know that I'm very good at diversifying and writing different things. It's just, yeah, I've just been stuck in this like weird thing where I'm like stuck in like one kind of vibe, like one flow of rap, one like cadence, rhyme scheme. I talk about demons and darkness and blah blah blah, and it's like that shit's great, but like maybe I need to like go back and study my old shit, and that's kind of what I'm doing a little bit by going back into the vault. You know?
That's a good thing to do. Honest to God, that's a healthy way to get out of a block. Cause I have this notepad on my phone. I have 210 songs on it, and I go through that shit every day just for inspiration. You're being in that mindset, cause I do. I have a lot of songs that are just the same shit rewrote, right? So I understand that. I like, it's like you're staring at a wall, and like the wall tells you what to say, but you already said it. So I
And
kind of
and I somebody pointed out like a interesting perspective to me online when I posed the problem, and they said, maybe you keep saying the same thing because there's something you haven't said yet. Maybe you know what I mean? And so there's also that to consider is, yeah, you can switch up your style, but maybe there's something, maybe your brain and whatever universal thing that exists, or whatever God, the universe, whatever, something's telling you that you have more to say on the subject. So that was an interesting perspective too. To kind of think about it. But yeah, I actually put the question out a couple days ago on Facebook, and I got some pretty good feedback. I got some pretty good suggestions from a lot of people. But what do you do when you have like a writer's block, or you like get stuck in a certain rut or whatever? Like, what's your
what do
method?
you ask me what do I do?
Yeah.
Well, oh, dude, honestly, I I'm weird. Okay, I will. Whenever I hit writer's block, I will stare at a page. All right, and I will just keep looking at it. All right, and then I'll look around me and I'll find subjects uh like how my song, for example, just because it's an easy example, I have a song called Rose Petals, and I was just sitting down at a park and I seen the leaves falling off of a rose petal. I'm like, you know what? That relates to me. I'll write about it. and then I'll figure out different ways to like write about a fucking flower petal and how it can relate to me. Or I have a song that's about a fucking plastic cup, all right, or whiskey, even,
Red
like
Solo Cup. Dude,
yes,
there's a song about a plastic cup that is a smash fucking platinum hit.
I swear, yeah, my red solo cup.
Yeah.
I can't sing that. You're gonna get copyrighted.
Nah, whatever. Yo, this show, we're good to play. We're good to play music and stuff like that. We're not gonna get. We're not big enough to get shadow banned, man. I was already telling you. I was like, man, listen.
Oh
My
yeah.
dad said something to me. My dad said something to me earlier. I was like, and honestly, it's great. Like, we do have a good following. People watch. Like, it is great, but it's still growing, and it's not to the point where like any big wigs at freaking YouTube are gonna be like, oh, shut him down. This little white kid from New Hampshire can't be singing freaking Eye of the Tiger on his show. It's the Eye of the Tiger. It's the like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck the monetization people. Fuck YouTube. Fuck them all. No, not fuck you. I love you, YouTube. I love you. We're best friends. We're best friends, YouTube. YouTube, you're my best friend. I love you. Yeah, man. But like, fucking, like, it's sometimes it gets hard to pick a new topic, man. And I like what you said because somebody actually suggested to me. They were like, I think it was my great aunt, and she said, "Go take a walk out in nature," and that's great. I really do love nature. I love going on hikes. I do get a lot of inspiration from hikes and stuff. One of my favorite places to write and come up with ideas is the top of a mountain that's actually like, say it's in my backyard. Like, I can see it from my backyard, but it's like I gotta walk like 50 yards down the road, and it's like down a trail, and then I go up the mountain. But it's like literally, it's right there, and I go up the mountain. You can see everything. You can see everything, man. And
About that mountain.
but I was like, but she said go for a walk, and I was like, listen, I don't know where you live, but if you look out my window right now, everything is white and frozen.
Well, you look out my window, you see cars, road, and snow.
It's all snow, man. Everything's frozen. What do you mean? I'm gonna go. I mean, that would be an interesting. You know what? Actually, hey, listen, that'd be an interesting thing to write about. People write about like leaves and flowers all the time. They don't often write about the dead shit. They don't often write about the cold because nature, like winter, they think about it as bitter and harsh. Like, it can be beautiful. Like, winter, it has a beautiful side. You know what I mean?
Bro. Snow, you
It's kind of
snow can shine.
yeah. It's kind of like an eye of the beholder. So, you got another one of your pieces you wanted to drop on us. What's this one called?
I could fucking. This one's one of my favorites. The one I'm about to do now. I have to say this right now because I always gotta make sure before I do a song about schizophrenia, I have to make the statement that I'm schizophrenia so people can understand the subject of the song. All right. This next song that I'm doing is called "The Meeting," and it's about my schizophrenia. Like, it's everybody sitting down, and it's just me having a schizo episode. So I wrote this in the middle of having a mini seizure. Okay, and all I could do to help myself was to write about it. And
Shit,
this way,
man. That's interesting. Hell yeah. I'll pop this up here and get myself.
let me get a drink of water quick. Make sure I look good. Forgive me for this meeting. These voices need a breather. Now it's only me, but subconsciously I'm falling deep inside the old pink swirls. The line of signs that told me not to follow disappeared and the road now hollowed. No picture posted to lead me back. If yesterday done past, then another day's gone was as quick as the last. Moving with forward acceleration like molasses. But I've passed it, so what? For the next one to be the same with harder acidic rain, well, I'm mad at it. And like the Mad Hatter, when we're all mad here, the time goes slowly with nothing to do but breathe heavy. and wait till the door reopens, but I ain't patient. It's about to be busted off the hinges because I'm tired of walking hard floors with no mission. Like the house is conspiring with my demons, not inspiring with my angels, and taking in no essential credentials. Like, what do you do when your own door is a gun pointing at you so that when you touch it, it blasts you? So when you finally open it, you see the world, but it looks different. When you realize you're getting older, you realize how cruel every obstacle can be. And when every jump is a building, and I ain't no Superman with heat vision, just reckless decisions. So instead, I blow through it to be stuck in the rubble and dust, just to realize that option blew it. I guess you could call it a nuisance if you wasn't used to it. Now with 3 resets, dumb choices, and a path of buildings, yeah, I'm used to it. Now it's instinct to be in sync with critters that tear apart brain cells and leaves the litter for me to spit out later. With every singular valid pow, another hit. I should just throw him in the towel, but this ain't a boxing match, just a clear path through hell. Like it's welcoming my steps. They're heavy but persistent, slow but consistent. If I'm to run through hell, then shit, hell done missed his bullets. Full magazine sprayed through the fire. Flamed rounds meant to pierce my tires, but I operate with steel fiber wires meant to propel electric steps and catch the devil by his neck. Twist, pull, and rend it from the vertebrae. So when I speak inferno, then hell will listen while the demons follow. Like I'm the leader meant to be, to rip a hole in the ground to release these emotions out of me. And every demon's a metaphor. Realistically, no angel ever resided inside to protect me and my demise. So why fantasize a heaven if heathen are the only things that make sense to me? Then let the corpse rot. That casket 6 feet in length, 6 feet in the dirt, a hearth full of hurt, stuck in a world where life is lived to die, to co-side with demons rooted up from the earth. But I'm built to fight, to bring light to the dark. But fuck that. If I'm born to die, then I'ma just live life till each breath brings me closer to death. A dog meant to fetch life herds up worth like sheep, but I ain't no shepherd staring a pack that lacks facts, but a trap that pulls tacks off the walls to restart the picture and create new images, because everything old eventually dies like lost souls in the night. I look through eyes that have shattered sight like broken glass. If I get cut, then the road starts to get narrow. Or split a big fork, and I get lost like every other tomorrow. When you can't feel the sorrow, you feel sorry for each mistake you borrowed. Like a deal, it's contract and fine print reads. You've been born. Good luck. Life's not meant to be followed. It's meant to lead on its golden steed and force you to drink its mead while it plants new seeds and you're stumbling to find what it means. Shit. Then it rips the ground under you like a simple seam of cloth. Each stitch a dream that seems so endless. Nightmares start to possess their own fabric to replace that broth. A string between the rips so well it fits perfectly between the creases. A whole suit made black and white with a tie engraved with my name leaking a red dye.
Bro, I need to start, and I did at one point with your last piece too. I started like writing down little fucking like notes of things that I wanted to touch on or whatever, because you say so fucking much, and there's so many metaphors, and I'm like, holy shit, like I'm sitting there trying to pick it apart, and then you say another one, and I'm like, I'm trying to pick that one apart, like Mad Hatter bar, like that one caught my attention, like I really like that one, like that's what I. Go ahead, say it again, because I can't quote it exactly.
Like the Mad Hatter, when we're all mad here, the time does nothing but go slowly, but breathe heavy and wait till the door reopens. But I ain't patient. It's about to, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, and the other one that was like, what would you do if your door was your own gun and it shoots you or something like that? Like, oh, just like,
What do you pointing at you so that when you touch it, it blasts you.
Yeah, dude. Like, oh man, that was like, what? Like, there's so many like vivid and descriptive metaphors, and you have a way with words where it's like I would never think to like your similes and comparisons and metaphors. Like, I would never think to relate those things. I would never think to, you know what I mean? Like, use that metaphor or you know, like you have just such a like creative way, and I love how it was like it fit all together as one cohesive flowing piece, but it was like you said, because it was a meeting of the minds. It was fragmented, but like they had somehow conjoined in the middle. Like I don't even know what to like compare it to, but like you know what I mean. Like you had this way where it was like the Knights of the Round Table. You know what I mean? That's how it made me feel. Is like they like you're not, and I keep saying this about schizophrenia and people who even feel like they have alter egos or alter personalities or whatever. You're not fractured. You're not broken into multiple pieces. All those pieces are just cogs in a wheel, and all those pieces are pieces of a machinery to help one whole thing move and operate the way it's supposed to. And like you show that more than anyone, using all your different like pieces and mindsets and personas to make one cohesive, like amazing fucking thing.
A whole suit made black and white with a tie engraved with my name leaking a red dye. Like that's
Oh
it's a
yes,
meeting. It ties together. It's a meeting. I'm fucking dressed up. I'm ready.
that one, dude. I love that one. That it was literally like I got a fucking wearing my suit, literally my suit of armor. I wear like I have this. I like to say that I wear my heart on my sleeve. You know,
I
and
got the
I literally do. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I got a little heart on my sleeve, but
yeah.
I literally, you know, the only way for me to write and the only way for me to get my shit across is to use the pen. Like I love that line in that other one where you know, say you were using the pen as a javelin or a harpoon or whatever, and like
I don't
because pen is
harpoon.
always mightier than the sword, always mightier than the sword, and like, and I feel like I use my feelings as a suit of armor and a sword. Like this is a battle. Like I actually had a talk with another artist a little earlier, and I won't spoil too much. Maybe there might be some extra content coming up soon at some point, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I had a conversation with another artist not too long ago, and when he put his like tag, you know, he put his name, and then under it he said, um, "Warrior of Word" or "Warrior of the Word" or something like that. And like that, and he was telling me, he was like, "That's really what we are. We're warriors. We are, you know, warriors in a fight to help people and save lives and to help our own, you know, mental health and get like use that in both ways to help other people and to help ourselves. And like we are warriors in this battle." And I related it to this song that by Tom McDonald called Superman, and it's about how Superman isn't coming to save us. We need to be our own. We need to be our own Superman. We need to save each other. We need to fucking, you know, look out for each other and be our own heroes because Superman ain't coming to fucking save us. You know, and that's what, you know what I mean. That's why we're warriors. That's why we use that shit as a sword and armor.
I swear to God, man. I wish Superman was real, bro. Where he at? Where's Spider-Man, bro? That's who I
Yeah,
want to
right.
see.
Where I need someone to fucking, I need someone to come. Oh, you know what I mean? Like the missiles are gonna start flying any day now, and ain't nobody gonna fucking catch them. Ain't nobody gonna fly out and go, just fucking fly that shit into the fucking stars like Iron Man, bro. Nobody's here for that shit. We
Where's
we
that?
gotta
That
we gotta
kind of
do
shit?
what we can though to make the world a better place before it blows up. That's basically the gist of it. Or try to keep
Wait,
it blowing up, but you know, that's a long shot. See.
you?
But fucking sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You're right.
Um, so is there? I guess I'll just ask you then. Um, speaking of artists or Tom McDonald and kind of how that song inspired that conversation and some of the things that I talk about and my pieces and whatnot. Are there any songs or artists in particular that are like big influences for you and that like have motivated you and in what ways have they changed your style and evolved you from what you were before you started listening to them or whatever?
I like this car. You listen to Juice World?
Oh hell yeah. Hell
Bro,
yeah.
alright, the legend, man. That guy has got me through all my situations. Like, one song I always go back to, anytime I'm feeling down, is Bad Energy, okay? And anytime,
Oh my god, yes! That is my fucking like that is my shit. That is the song that I put on when like I just like I don't want to go into work. I don't want to do the show. Like I don't even want to get out of bed. Like
turn that
that's
shit
my
on,
song, bro.
gotta
Drain
drain,
out bad energy, forget the bad memories. Like
swear to God.
absolutely yes.
Sometimes,
Yes, dude.
sometimes, That shit hit. And then, dude, NF got my head in the clouds. Anytime I want to write, I listen to NF. Okay, because
Yes.
NF, he just connects with my mindset in such a way. Like when I grow up, you know what I want to be? I want to rap. Take a seat, listen to my ridiculous dreams.
Dreams. I know it's kind of hard to believe. Yeah, no, literally, bro. Those are two of my. I mean, I went to see NF in concert, and but before, like even before I went to see him in concert, yeah, it was amazing. And not only did I see him in concert, I saw my favorite album by him in concert because it was the year of COVID, so we didn't get to perform the previous album, so we performed it. The previous album and the new album at the same show. People didn't get to hear it because they didn't get to hear it during COVID. And it was, The Search. I think it's 2019 and 2020's album, The Search. And front to back, that album is fucking perfect. Like, it is, I could only hope to ever make anything even half as good as that. That was like a masterpiece. There are hype songs. When I Grew Up is on that album. Like there are hype songs on there. There are fucking sad songs on there. There are like the deep emotional songs. And NF is just one of the most, like that's his whole thing. NF real music, like is one of the most real artists out there.
And God, yeah. Do you want a human cat? No, sorry, tricked you. They just go away before I hit you. Like, oh, fuck.
Literally, yeah. His entire fucking motif and his everything is everything that like. I mean, and I was talking about this earlier. Is like I say everything I aspire to be, but you can't take someone else's style and do it. Only NF can do NF, but only Lostboy can do Lostboy. Only Dylan Lawler can do Dylan Lawler. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But we take these pieces from these different artists and like. I mean, Juice WRLD, no one can do what he did, bro. This man would go in the booth and sit there over a beat, turn on a beat, and just freestyle a song for 9 minutes.
It'd be the best
edit it, or not even edit it, just like fucking mix, master it, put it out, and then the thing would become a smash hit over fucking night or something. He just literally went in, he freestyled everything, almost everything. Like amazing. But no one can do that. We can only hope to take pieces of his legacy and incorporate them into our own, into our own legacy.
I swear to God, you ever listen to Juice WRLD's Shade 45 freestyle?
Where he just raps for a fucking hour, just non-stop, just
Eminem beats?
All Eminem beats. Well, actually, so it was the second time he was on there. The first time he was on there, he rapped the same amount of time on different beats. He came back and he rapped again for another hour on an Eminem beat, and that's what actually got Eminem's attention. Why they started working together with Godzilla, and actually, there's a new song right now. And I actually want everybody to go check it out because lace it, so and good. It is. Good. And listen to me, all the kids out there, all the adults, everybody, listen to me, because these are two artists who their whole entire career have done pretty much nothing but talk about using drugs and how it affected their life and doing stupid shit on drugs. And these are two people who really, really, really like to party. One of them died. One of them thankfully got sober and has been sober for now 12 years or something like that. And this is a song about basically it's Eminem's version of a dare warning. It's a don't do drugs song. It's like he says at the end, one of my favorite lines in the whole thing, he says to the younger generation, I ain't lecturing you, just be careful when you. And then Juice WRLD comes in and he goes, roll it up, lace it, pop a few to chase it. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a song. It's like, man, like I've been through that. I've done that. Like I ain't lecturing you, man. Like I know what it's like to have fun. Like it's cool. Like you pop it up, roll it up, whatever. Like have a couple drinks, smoke, have your fun. But like, man, be careful because look what happens. Look what happens, man. Juice WRLD ain't here anymore.
1 second can become a lifetime. Be careful.
Yeah. Absolutely. And especially since I heard that song, like it has inspired me so much to like just not only just check on everybody that even if they're not going through substance abuse, but just like anything, just check on people because you never know, man. Like shit, like I saw this post on Facebook and it had a picture of Mac Miller and he was smiling, and it was Robin Williams and he was smiling, and it was Kurt Cobain and he was smiling, and they all killed themselves, and and it said this is what depression looks like, and they're all smiling, and it's like you never know what the fuck people are going through, you know.
I swear to God, R.I.P. Mac Miller, bro. Self-Care, that's one of my go-to songs.
He died on my 17th birthday, and self-care to me, I know he came out with another album after that, but self-care to me is like his last, because he came out with it when he was alive, and to me it's his last, like, and the video is him in a coffin. Like what? There's got to be something to that. You know what I mean? Like it's not a coincidence. The video is him in a coffin, and it's self care. Like it's like everybody else can take their bullshit elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just him in a coffin smoking a cigarette, like which is a symbol of death. If you think about it, you know what I mean?
Come out that grave, he still get out that grave. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Yeah.
He had something in his shoe, bro, and was digging that shit out, made himself out, smoking a cigarette. It's so dope. It's so dope. Like Mac Miller Self-Care. If you ain't heard it, go listen to it. Swear to God.
Absolutely, man. Literally, like there are so many artists, like new and old, that have like, and not just like hip hop artists either. Like I like some of the greats, like AC/DC, Metallica, fucking Shinedown, and 3 Doors Down, and 3 Days Grace. These are a lot of the bands I listen to. Like they're newer, they're like early 2000s, whereas like AC/DC and Metallica are older than that. But like, I mean, these all of them are things that have just like stuck with me and just like inspired so much of my shit, man. And I love that you have like such the same like piece of music with me.
See, who used to inspire me whenever I was 16, 17 was Green Day, bro. And like I still will listen to Boulevard of Broken Dreams on a fucking
Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Like it was like one of my anthems. I would turn this on. I was that emo depressed kid that would purposely go out and walk outside at night with my earphones in, listen to it just so I could be like walking down the pole. Like you literally like.
Swear to God. Anytime I find myself doing that is the song that I play, bro. That or oh man, you listen to Jelly Roll, bro. I was just listening to freaking
oh my God, man, Jelly Roll is like holds such a special place in my heart. He is one of my absolute new like. I didn't recently start listening to him. I started listening to him a few years ago, and like I really started getting into his stuff, and I just went to see him in concert too. I said, yeah, I took my girl to see. I took my girl to see him.
Concert.
We almost her birthday. What's that?
We almost went to the same concert. I was gonna go, but the guy that got a ticket for me, and I was gonna go with him, we ended up falling out. We almost went to the same.
Yo, dude, it was amazing, and like literally, he has said so many things that like just touch me, and like he like when he speaks, it just touches your soul, bro. Like whether it's in music, whether it's an interview, whether he's up on stage talking, like two things that he has said that stick with me the most are he said when he won the National Country Music Awards, he said, I want everybody up here to know the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror for a reason, because what's in front of you is so much more important than what's behind you. And then he said at the concert that I went to, he said, it kind of follows along that same line, is something that somebody said to him early on in his career, I want you to work on progress and not perfection. Because perfection, somebody said it, I think it was last week in my show, or the week before, in her poems. Perfection doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I think her piece was called "Perfection Doesn't Exist, But I Do," and it was and it was that about that very concept is you can't work on perfection. All you can work on is you, because perfection doesn't exist, but you do. And
Exactly.
yeah,
Be the
it's
best.
something that definitely sticks with me, bro, for sure.
Go ahead.
No. I was
No,
making sure
I
you
was
could
just
hear me.
dude. His song "Heaven." I hope there's a. I hope that smoking section. Okay. I
Smoking section, yes.
I personally connect to that song. All right, like I have shit in my life that personally relates to that song. So all right, that was the first Jelly Roll song I ever heard. All right, and I'm so glad that I did.
And he said something at the beginning and the end of that song. He said, and he explained it. He said, well, when you're fighting alligators, don't forget to clean the swamp.
Yep.
And it means, when you're out here fighting all these problems and these battles or whatever, don't forget to make sure to take care of number one. Make sure take care of you, because like you were saying, or like she was saying too, is perfection doesn't exist, but you do, and you have to take care. You have to make sure you clean the swamp while you're fighting those alligators. You know what I mean? Make sure your own waters are clean. And it's definitely something that like sticks with me. Everything he says, man, just like holds such a special place in my heart, for real. Shout out to Jelly Roll. If Jelly and his amazing wife Bunny, shout out. I love your podcast. I love your music.
If you ever want to collab, no, I'm just.
If you ever want to collab on anything, music, fucking, we can make a fucking cooking video together. We'll make some fucking Kentucky Fried Barbecue chicken. You can show me how to do it the old South way or something, like whatever you want, man. Like Jelly, Bunny, hit me up. Yo, so hey man, like we've been here for about an hour. Is there any pieces, any other pieces that you wanted to do before we kind of wrap up the show?
All of them.
'Cause I got one more.
I would say, I mean, shit. Honestly, I could do one more if you would allow me to.
Hell yeah, man. There's always room for more. You know that. All right, man. So what's this one gonna be called?
Oh, right now? I'm doing it right now. Okay.
Shh. No time like the present.
Oh shit, bro.
Wait, man. Give you a minute.
Hold on. I was thinking you were gonna do yours, and then I was gonna find mine. No,
No, you want me to do mine first, bro? That's fine. Like I just usually end the show with my piece. That's all.
no, go ahead. No, we're gonna do that. All right, I got it. I got it. Pills to the brain.
What's it called?
Pills to the brain.
Pills to the brain. All right, man. I'll drop my.
To the brain I take you. Every dose is toxin, but I bless you. Feel the pain inside turning, yet I still don't feel like this medicine could heal. Conceal the pain away in a restroom. I'm broken like always. My hands are down because I'm in my room hitting lines. I need pills to the brain, so I'll feed you, taking everything I own, yet here I am still coping with you. The fear I have with every single step, every lesson you've made, but I won't listen. I've been contemplating crawling, but the anticipation I feel when you have me on my knees is like I'm dreaming. Free falling, a fucking angel dropping me, dangling from the roots of a cliff. Letting go is the only option, so let me be free. Hanging on to a little piece. Everything I'm feeling up inside of me, it's taking over. I have these pills, I take them to the brain. For the sake of sanity, I don't want you. Pills to the brain, I feed you. Yet I can't conceal the damage I've taken. Breaking at that mental horizon, stake through the heart, I take you. Straight through the memory parts, take a line, I'll forget you. Puke up the bile, it'll be a while till you're normal. Vile thoughts free falling, hanging from the roots. Maybe I just lose my grip, strip apart the pieces and figure out the truth. Push away the monsters, push them at the booth till I don't see their problems. I'm contemplating nonsense, I work around it often. Like the past is tense. Rinse away old stains contained, but don't move past them. Stay in the sand. Take your life and put it in the brain. Pills to the brain, I feed you. Drain away my cells, but I fucking hate you. Rotten room slipping at your teeth. I need you. Calm my nerves and take away the pain. Take away the shame. Take it to the brain. Fuck around and figure out what it is that makes you. That's it.
Shit, man. Yo, I like that. Oh man, there was like this. Fuck. I wish I could go back and rewind it and fucking catch it again, because like there was this rhyme scheme that was fucking it was fuck, like it was, you rhymed often. I don't think about it often. What was it?
Past is tense. It's a way
Go,
old stains contained. Don't move past them. Stain the sanity. Your life and put it in the rain.
hold on. That first part of that again. One more time.
Contemplating nonsense. I work around it often, like the past is tense. Rinse away old stains contained, but don't move past them. Stain the sanity. Take your life and put it in the rain.
Bro, I work and I work around it often, and then like when like past is tense, bro, that one was good. That I like that. Like the past is tense. That shit's anyone who didn't catch that, yo, that was good, bro. Like the past is tense. Like yo, that whole bar right there, fucking like that hit. That fucking hit home, bro. That was
wanted
good.
to do that
That was
because
good, bro.
about with Mac Miller and Juice World and Eminem. That's why I wanted to do that one because, again, be careful with what you do.
Because the past could be past tense. The past could be tense, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yo, yeah, that was fucking awesome. Like, and that was like, it was like it literally related to the Lace It song and the conversation that we were having, and where it was like, I mean, for artists, I mean, you and me, we both have had substance abuse issues and have taken drugs, and so have they, and like it's like for us to speak on it, it's not only like trying to help others, but like we were saying with everything else, it's trying to help ourselves. You know what I mean? And the way that you write, and especially in that piece, it was like to the untrained eye, to the untrained ear, I guess it could come off as like self-deprecating, but I saw that it was more than that. I saw it was reaching beyond and thinking and very self-aware and introspective of just everything that it affects and the consequences and whatnot. I really like that.
So yeah, you don't want them, but at a certain point, man, you need them. At a certain point, man, it's not good for you. At a certain point, it's addictive. At a certain point, no matter how much you won't want it, trying to get away from that is the hardest struggle you can deal with.
Right, and I mean, even like prescribed drugs. That's why I mean, and some people could argue that if you have mental problems, you know what I mean. You should stay on the medication. You shouldn't get off of it. But where does it become the line where these drugs that are taken that I'm trying to help me are going to affect me negatively and cause more mental problems and then physical problems too, and destroy my fucking liver and shit? Like, at what point do these pills to the brain fucking rot away your brain? At what point does it stop? At what point does the war on drugs not become on fucking a guy lighting up a fucking bowl or a joint and become on the real fucking issue, which they talk about this whole heroin or opiate crisis, the opiate pandemic, and it's like, yeah, but you guys are the ones who fucking caused it. You guys, and it's not only that, and dude, Tom McDonald has this great line where he says, they created the problem to sell you pills that'll solve it. It's brilliant. And they literally fucking did. They create your anxiety. They give you these, they create your anxiety, they fearmonger, and they bait you into thinking that you need it, and then you do need it, and then they make money. It's fucking brilliant.
That's how it was with my schizophrenia medicine, bro, is that I ended up, the schizophrenia silenced the voices. And because the voices were silent, okay, I liked that for a minute, but then I realized that I was very tired. I was very fatigued and this and that. See, they told me that I needed to take this to help me, so I kept taking them. And eventually I got so tired of not hearing my own voice that I just wanted to keep taking them. Like, it was just a repetitive process. And I started taking them so much, it started giving me seizures. All right. And I was enjoying the seizures, and I had to get away from them.
Yeah, dude, I fucking literally I've been on so many different fucking medications since I was 10. Since I was 10 to when I was about 17, and I stopped. I stopped everything but fucking smoking weed and having a couple drinks. Like, I stopped because it's just like I've been on so many different medications for this and that and the other thing, and it's just like, at what point do all these things take a toll on me? Like, have they already? Like, you know what I mean? I'm already noticing things like, I have stomach issues that may be related to the fact that I eat a fucking, a fuck ton of bacon and grease and whatever the fuck else, but it also could be related to, the pills that were pumped into me from, like 10 years old. And don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming my mom for any of that. She did what she did to help me the best that she could, and she was against pills for a long time, and they wanted to put me on, actually, when I was like 6 or 7. She fought against it for a while. Finally, when I was like 10 or 11, like, I did get put on shit, and like, there was just so many different fucking things, so many different side effects, and we're not allowed to have cigarette commercials anymore. There are certain products that we are not allowed to have commercials for. And then also, like with beer and stuff, there are certain things that you can't have in those commercials. Products like over-the-counter drugs have these very happy, cheery commercials with children and like dogs running on the beach and having fun, or like just like he's happy, and then it'll be a voice that'll talk real slow and be like, the side effects are this, like,
sound exactly like it, bro.
please see your doctor. If you have any of this, it's all side effects. Like literally the fucking
attack. What was that?
Yeah, like literally fucking. You know what I mean? They sell you things that could kill you way faster than they could even help you, and
But
it's fucking.
Take the risk, guys. It's okay. Consult.
Like the fucking. I mean, and I don't want to start a whole political debate in the comment section and have everybody fucking roasting me and getting, I have the shot, I don't have the shot, whatever. I don't care if you have the shot, but all I'm saying is it really worth it? Because I know so many people who have gotten, and I just talked to somebody the other day who was literally, he was wearing a mask in my store, and I was like, oh, what's up, man? He was like, oh yeah, I got COVID, and like I have the shot, and I was like, well, I called my doctor, and I'm like, what's the point of me getting the shot if I still fucking got the thing? Like, what is this thing do? Is it even like? I mean, there's a lot to say on that topic, regardless, and I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to start a whole fucking thing with people, a whole debate about virus, antivirus, like a fucking injection, whatever. I don't care, but I'm just saying, like, I looked at it as like, and I understand people who are old or at higher risk of that kind of thing, maybe they think, okay, yeah, it's worth it, more worth it too. And it's kind of like, maybe it's the whole seatbelt argument. It's like, yeah, you can die with seatbelt, you can die without a seatbelt, blah blah blah. Like, but and some people feel more willing to wear the seatbelt. But I just feel like this virus was just a way, kind of, for them to keep track of people. And
it's crazy. You know what's crazy about the virus, bro? Did you know that they have cured in other countries, but we were still dealing with it?
Japan had less than 1,000 outbreaks. Here's the thing, bro. The masks, I will say, the injection, I don't fucking know about but the masks, they work. That's just common sense. Like, it's just not just like, it's literally, yeah, if I'm not breathing my fucking, what I ate for lunch in your face, obviously you're gonna have less of a chance of catching something I have. Like, obviously, but it's not like masks to like save the world either, but it was literally, masks was something else where it was just like something people to fight over, something for people to fight over, something for them to divide us on. And you're anti-mask, or you're mask, or you're what, like, and that's why America had most of the problems, is because everybody in other countries just shut the fuck up and did what they were told. And I'm not saying that a lot of the things that, like, but literally, like, they wore their masks. In Japan, they did, they followed their procedures. I'd like to hear, honestly, a documentary about how they managed the pandemic. It would be really interesting. I think there's some things in there that maybe, obviously it came from Japan, so there's a lot of conspiracy there where, they come from you and maybe you want to protect your own people. But regardless, I won't get into that either. All I'm saying is that, they weren't divided. People weren't divided, I guess is what I'm saying. And in this country, it just feels like there's so much, like, left and right, and, like, you're one side and you're the other side, and this and that. And in other countries, everybody else is just kind of, like, on the same page. I know it's because a lot of them are in dictatorships. I'm not saying that dictatorship should be good.
We almost had
Or
a
is good.
toilet paper.
But it does keep people united sometimes. You know what I
In a way.
mean? On that front. Sometimes it does keep people united. Democracy is great because people have free choice, but on the other hand, it's like enough rope to hang yourself. It's just enough fucking rope to hang yourself, and that's what the government does is they give us, a whole fucking they give us a length of rope to fucking and they want us to hang ourselves with it. This Facebook user, I'm sorry, it says Facebook user, your name isn't popping up, but they say if they keep us fighting against each other, we can't fight back against them, and that's the plan. That's absolutely fucking right. That's absolutely fucking right. That's the plan. Divide and conquer.
I get fucked up about how the poor get poorer and the rich get richer. Well, that's fucked up. We're gonna be getting into too many topics, Dylan. You gotta get to your pieces.
All right, I'll get this out of here. I'll wrap us up. But hell yeah, man! Thank you for fucking coming, and like anytime you want to come on and just literally just shoot the shit. We don't even have to do poetry. Like we're literally half of this fucking hour and 20 minutes or whatever has been us just shooting the shit. Anytime you want to come on and shoot the shit, man, like you are more than welcome. It's been a fucking wonderful show. I have one more piece that I'm gonna do before we wrap this up. But like, dude, thank you so much.
Yeah, ain't no problem. I'll be on here every week if you want me to be, bro. I like coming on here. It's nice. It's cool to talk to you. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of interesting things that happen in the show.
Absolutely, man. And shout out to my dad and anyone else who was watching and commented and participated. Thank y'all so much. And we could not do it without you guys either. Like, you guys make this show what it is. Yeah, thank y'all so much. So, anyway, I'm gonna do this one piece, which is somewhat of a different style for me. I also wrote this back in the day when I was in placement or foster care, whatever you want to call it. It's been tweaked a little bit, but the meaning has stayed the same. And this one is called The Suicide Note of a Chronic Procrastinator. So without further ado, let me get into it. When you've eaten the last Dorito in the bag, you'll want to kill yourself. When you can't find the remote to the TV, you'll want to kill yourself. When you finish your last cigarette, you'll want to kill yourself. When masturbation has lost its fun, you'll want to kill yourself. When you've listened to the same song 99 times in an hour, you'll want to kill yourself. When your phone won't charge so you can listen to that song for the 100th time, you'll want to kill yourself. When you can't think of the next line for a poem you're writing, you guessed it, you'll want to kill yourself. The only question you ask yourself is, why haven't I yet? But you know the answer. The knives are all the way in the kitchen, and that's much too far to walk. Besides, if you went into the kitchen, you might find there's another bag of Doritos for you to get through before you go. You go to Walmart and buy a gun, but then you might just end up buying a new remote and finding a new series to binge. You could always go out and buy a new pack of cigarettes, but that would kill you much too slowly, and you want to go out fast like a bad race car driver. You could get a rope and do it the old-fashioned way, but you might find out that you like being choked a little too much, and you'd rather not your family not find you hanging from the ceiling with your junk in your hand. You could get creative, climb in the tub with your favorite toaster, plug it in, and finally feel what it's like to be a lobster, but that would waste electricity you could be using to charge your phone so that you can die listening to your favorite song. And if none of that works and you get really desperate, you could always just jam a pen in your neck. But then, how would you write the last line of your suicide note? Don't kill yourself today, because there will always be one more thing for you to procrastinate over. Because there will always be one more bag of junk food to cram in your face. Because there will always be one more song to listen to, one more cancer stick to smoke, one more bad sci-fi rerun to get through. Don't kill yourself today, because this is not a suicide note. It's a to-do list, and there really is so much to do. And that is Suicide Note of a Chronic Procrastinator. What do you think, man?
I like that a lot. I like the humor you put into that, bro.
Yeah.
And I like the idea that you had there. Instead of suicide, just procrastinate. Like kind of like how I see it. Okay, like there is always something else to do. No matter what, there is always another step you can take. No matter what, there's always another thing happening. Life is full of experience. You just need to experience it. Whether you procrastinate,
We as human beings procrastinate over everything. I mean everything. Who we're gonna elect as president, whether we're gonna go to work in 5 minutes or we're gonna delay another 3 minutes because like we really don't want to. Like we procrastinate over everything, because life is like there always is more to do. There's always more to do. Your life might suck. And that's why and if you might not feel like you belong here or whatever, but there's always more. There's always a future. There's always more to be done, and who knows where you're going to be 5 minutes, 5 weeks, 5 years from now. You know what I mean? It's about the experiences that we have along the way. And like I said, man, we procrastinate over fucking everything. So you know what? If you would need one reason not to kill yourself, because you can't stop fucking procrastinating, man. You gotta go smoke another cigarette. You gotta go eat some more Doritos. Like there's more. There's more to do. There's always more. And those were always like, okay. So I started that poem like I was writing it. I was just like I was kind of it was stream of consciousness. Kind of I was kind of like just annoying, irritating things that everyday people deal with, that I deal with, that you're just like, oh my god, what the fuck is the remote? I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Like and you don't like really mean it in that moment. It's like a metaphor, like whatever. But I just kind of took that metaphor and I was kind of playing with it. And I was just like, man, shit. And when you fucking want to get, but then I was trying to kind of focus it in, and yeah, that's one of my poems where I do bring as much humor to it as I can. My dad, I believe, this big producer says, that's it. Too many things you will miss. You will never know how things turn out if you leave the show early. And that, that correlates with life and the show. I mean, like, and that's what we were saying at the beginning of the show is everybody has their own unique talent. Everybody has their own unique thing to bring to this show and to bring to the world. And to overlook that is narrow-minded, and it's complete oversight. And I think that what's so great about this show is that we have people that can look past, like see the forest in the tree. You know what I mean? They can look past, and they can look deeper into it. And if you like my dad was saying, if you don't stay for the end of the show, if you don't experience all it has to offer and take it all in, then how do you know what you're missing? But yeah, absolutely, man. I'm glad you understood it, and I'm glad that you thought it was a little funny, at least. What?
I like the line about the whole it'll be
About
embarrassing and you're hanging there with your cock in your hand. Yeah, that was funny.
Oh my god, dude, that line. Okay, I can tell you what. That line went through so many changes because originally, like, it's such a weird line to put out there. And it's like, I'm trying to be funny with it, but like, I gotta hit the right fucking beat to be funny. And originally, I think the line said something about, it was literally, it said something like autoerotic asphyxiation or something like that. And I was like, okay, first of all, people are gonna try to understand what the fuck I just said. Because he's trying to understand what the fuck I just said to laugh and get the joke. So I'm just gonna stick with masturbating, hanging from the ceiling with your cock in your hand, like, because that's an image that people can picture. My dad said, weird that we thought about it that much, and keep editing it. Listen, man, I'm an artist. That's my fucking job. All right, that's what I do, and it's gotta listen. You gotta polish it till it shines. Metaphorically speaking. You know what I mean?
Bro,
you're gonna polish it up. I don't fucking. Oh shit, man. Well, anyway, on that note, I think that's a great place to wrap up the fucking show. We ended on a funny note. We're gonna end on a we started on a funny note. We're gonna end on a funny note. And yeah, My dad was like, "Should wrap up the show now. That's a wrap." Fucking. All right, man. Yo, thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. Shit has been fucking dope, and I can't wait to have you back on. Anything you want to say to me or to the people before I fucking get us out of here?
You ever see that when Eminem went to an interview and he said something about it was like 10 words of advice for kids that Eminem had?
Yes, it's one of my favorites.
Don't do drugs.
Don't you drugs. He also said, no one ever regretted a tattoo. He also said, go see Toy Story 3. Boys are back in town. He also said, if I sign something for you and I see it on eBay and you go home, I'm going to do everything. Now, with that being said, thank you and good night, everyone. Peace out.